Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Age of Wonders 3 campaign, the Elven Court. In our last episode, we continued working our way through the second scenario of this campaign, Promised Lands, and we've made pretty good progress. We've managed to kind of carve out this initial starting area, and we've now met yet another hero who we have to keep alive, that being Groshak the Sharp-Edged, who is an orc sorcerer. And now we have a new orcish city that we have access to, and we've done some exploring underground as well. We've cleared out a fort down here, and we're going to have to just keep kind of going. Thankfully, Nomlik's squad is getting pretty powerful. We had a couple of orc apprentice units that have joined with us as well, so that's wonderful. Now, the other big development underground, we are trying, we're going to send a squad under here, but we're going to try and reclaim this goblin city, which we had originally taken from Shnaga, and then Shnaga took back from us. And you can see here that we've got Reskar and Sundrin, and they're about to head underground to deal with that. So lots of developments and lots for us to do here moving forward. Now, before we jump into the episode proper, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Insert Username. Insert suggested that I probably shouldn't leave my new orcish sorcerer hero kind of just sitting here to guard the city or kind of by himself. I mean, this really isn't much of a force to guard this city anyway, and as I mentioned, I have to keep Groshak alive, so probably the better play would be to actually send him underground to join in with Nomlik, and as an orc, he'll do pretty well underground as well, and then he can tag along, gain experience, get more powerful, and that'll also translate if he moves forward to the next scenario with us, he'll have some more strength as well. So, that's a great suggestion from Insert, and I'm definitely going to do that. The next set of comments here, here is from Chaos General. Chaos General mentioned that once I reclaim the Goblin City, hopefully, with my hero squad down here, something that I could consider doing, so again, we're going to head underground, we're going to go and try to reclaim the city. Once we, again, hopefully successfully do that, I could send Reskar, maybe with any other highly mobile units, or maybe just Reskar by himself, back up through this cave entrance and have him move over this direction to get closer to the front lines here over to the west. And that's a good point, because if I remember correctly, I'm going to have to see where are our objectives. Here we ride the Gold Wyvern to the Dragon's Peak. I don't know if it tells us anywhere exactly where it would be, but I suspect it's going to be somewhere over here to the west. That would kind of make sense, given that we've explored at least the top part of kind of the eastern portion of the map. So getting Reskar up and back kind of with the main stack or closer to the front lines of battle would be ideal, as that's going to make it easier, hopefully, to continue exploring and maybe be able to achieve that quest. Chaos General also mentioned that Sundrin could then lead the army underground, and although perhaps maybe not ideal to have a high elf underground, she has really good blight protection from some of the items she has. Let's just see. Oh, that's right, she's down here. If we take a look, I believe she has some pretty good gear, which is giving her... Yeah, she's got 80% blight protection, so really I'm not too worried about that. Not to mention she would provide her squad with counter poison, so I think they would fare quite well underground. Even though, of course, high elves do not particularly like, if I can find it here... Yeah, they don't like, they dislike subterranean. So she'll be a little bit miserable, but not the end of the world. The next set of comments here is from Roge Tebnalok. Roge had a really good point, which was to try to get a scout out ahead of whichever kind of stack is at the front line of battle. So one scout would be ideal to go this way and explore what's over here, and another would be great to have underground to see what we have moving forward. Obviously, we're going to try and clear out this tomb, because that has potential value in gaining us some very strong items, potentially. Not to mention additional resources, and we are running kind of low on gold, so that would be very helpful. But I think that's a great point from Roge, just to get some scouting going, because like I said here, it's tough when you don't know what is past the fog. So really good points all around. As always, a huge thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. Extremely appreciated. Let's jump into the episode. So I'm going to start by getting Groshak underground here. So let's... I mean, I suppose I could even send this apprentice with as well, but I might as well leave something to guard the city. So we will send Groshak down. I think what we'll probably do... because he's got plenty of movement. He could make it to this hasteberry bush. So if we go like this... Yeah, that's great. And then he can still make it to the Hasteberry bush. Meanwhile, this stack, I think we can engage this battle. Probably end this battle here. And still make it to the Hasteberries, I'm thinking. We'll have to see, though. So let's engage this with whoever has the most movement, which is going to be Nomlik. Alright, so we'll do this battle. We're up against 2 dire wolves and a regular wolf. We may try to grab one of these dire wolves if we can. Actually, we have 2 chances, I think. Or, oh no, we don't have convert yet. That's right. Well, we'll be able to use the shaman's befriend animal, so we can try that. Alright. So again, this shouldn't be too threatening a battle. These are all just melee units, so nothing too crazy there. Like I said, we do want to try to grab one of these dire wolves. So what I'm going to do... we'll probably try for maybe a freeze just to make it a little easier. I'm going to throw on an awaken. Or awaken spirit, I should say. The butcher can come over... kind of like this. We'll stay out of range of these units. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, interesting. So they can move down and attack the Winter Weaver currently. So we will back up. And Nomlik will also retreat slightly. Leave our Butcher like that. We'll bring our Pikemen around over here. Yeah, that should be just fine. And then we will wait right there for the next turn. Makes sense that they've got quite a bit of mobility, so... Alright, so now we will try with the Shaman for a befriend animal on the Direwolf. Okay, and it failed. That's alright. Again, it was just to try it. It's not like it really matters all that much, but we could have used that unit potentially in the future to do some scouting or something else for us, so... Oh, and you know what? I completely forgot we have Groshak over here. Whoops. Yeah, and it would be good to start gaining him some experience if possible as well. One thing I'm going to probably do, though, is stay out of range of the wolves just so he doesn't get attacked. And then I think I might... Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to want to deal with this wolf over here. So let's step up with Nomlik. Do a little bit of damage if we can. I think that's our best bet. There we go. And then we don't have any additional ranged capability. We could do is try for a freeze, but I think we'll just move in with our Butcher and go for some damage here. I think that'll be just fine. Yeah, and now the Butcher will be able to handle that. The Charger, on the other hand, could deal with this Direwolf pretty easily. I think what we'll do is we'll just have our Winter Weaver hang out in defense mode. Our Charger and... excuse me, and Groshak just hang out. Nice, okay, good level up there for our Winter Weaver. That's wonderful. We will try the Freezing Touch. No such luck. One thing we can do is just drop a big heal with our Winter Weaver. So let's do... on our Winter Weaver, I should say. So let's do that. And then we can also drop a heal onto our Butcher. Excellent. And then we can get the kill here. And I think we will probably have Groshak try to get the finish if possible here. Let's see. Ooh, it might not be enough to get the kill. We step up, maybe. Probably not. That's okay. We at least got him some experience. We definitely want to make sure we keep gaining experience with Groshak as much as possible. We do have a Mend Magical Being, but that's not going to work on any of our current units. We do have a Steel Enchantment, however. That would be kind of nice to maybe use just to do a bit of XP farming. So let's see if we can do that. Yeah, and there it is. Speak of the devil, we got a level up, so that's great. We can step over here with our Charger, do a nice charge attack, and there's a great kill and another level up too. So really good all around, just gaining some pretty solid experience there with all of our units. Now, the question is, if we step over here, I don't know if we're going to be able to then turn around and grab the haste berries with the full stack. Let's see, if we do this, how much do we have left? Okay, we're at 13. The apprentice probably won't have enough because we'll be at... that'll be 4 more to go here. We'll be at 9. And then it would be 4 and 4. So, yeah, the apprentice would not be able to. Everybody else should be okay, I think. So let's do that. We might have to leave the apprentice there. Nomlik should be good. There it is. Now we just need somebody to engage the battle, and that unit is going to sacrifice more movement as well. Ooh, and the Winter Weaver, not quite enough. Because if we do this, it's going to be 8, right? 4 and then 4. So we will have to... Just trying to see what would be best. Because I want to have this stack, grab the haste berries, and keep this going. Let's see, did I do my math right? Let me just double check this. So from here we can go... Yeah, we can make it to the haste berries. That's fine. Well, what we could do is engage the battle with the apprentice, and then the apprentice will have to stay behind, and we can replace the apprentice with Groshak. I think that's going to be the best. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have to leave Groshak there because we want him able to join in the stack as well, so... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll engage the battle. There's a Fairy Sprite, which is a Tier 3 Fae. We'll have to be careful. Has a pretty powerful melee attack and quick sprint, so we'll just have to be mindful of that, in addition to the Wisps, of course. Always a bit of a danger, because they can drop in behind you with Faes. Alright, so... Just thinking about how we want to do this. Alright. So let's take a look. So the Wisps are going to definitely jump in behind us. So I'm thinking what we do here is we kind of just turtle up a little bit. We will awaken our Winter Weaver. We'll put Nomlik in the back. We don't want him getting too damaged. We'll keep our units kind of spread out just so that way they're able to help each other out if the Wisps do attack them. We don't all get stuck in the... having to... Oh, I guess they haven't moved towards us. That's right. Okay, well, we'll have to go to them. That's fine. You know what we can do is we could probably cast a spell with Nomlik if we wanted to maybe do some damage. I think we have some damage-dealing spells. Oh, we don't. That's right. We only have Divine Protection. Alright, well, we might have to step over and kind of entice them to fight us then. And that's fine. We can do that. We will have to be cautious because, again, this... Fairy Sprite could do quite a bit of damage to us, so we just have to be mindful of that. Nomlik, I do want to keep kind of out of harm's way. Ooh, and I didn't do the best here. That was a poor arrangement of my units. Alright, let's step up here. I think if we just get the Butcher close enough, that should be enough to entice them into moving in to fight us. And we'll keep Nomlik kind of in range. Let's see if they take the bait. There it is. Yeah, going after our support unit's not a surprise. Shaman tanking the damage extremely well. Butcher doing a great job with the lifesteal. That's wonderful. So Nomlik can get a kill here with his Spirit Ray. Wonderful. And then we can follow that up with the Orc Apprentice. Excellent work there. And then the Charger can probably just get the finish here. Might get stunned, yeah, but that's fine. Alright, and now we've just got this Sprite who we have to kill. So we could go in here and attack and go for a flank shot. Yeah, I like that. We only have a 7% chance to actually freeze them. And so I think that's going to be the best course of action. And then we can flank them again here. And there's a good lifesteal to get our Butcher back up to full health. So that worked out extremely well. And a nice level up for the Butcher as well. Cudgel of Crippling Disease, a pretty solid melee weapon. I will take that. Now, I just have to figure out which hero might benefit the most from it. So our sword... No, I don't think anyone really has a melee weapon. No. You know, I think we might give this to Reskar or maybe to Sundrin. You know, Sundrin would maybe benefit given that we can get... As Sundrin levels up, we can give her Assassin's Strike. That is something we could do. That being said, Groshak is literally right here, as is Nomlik, so maybe we give it over to Groshak. Yeah, it'll get to him in one turn. I mean, it's only 2 turns to get it to our other heroes, but let's just give it to Groshak for simplicity's sake here. There we go. Okay, so now we want to go back like this. And then we can group up. Excellent. And then we can get the movement back for our stack. That's wonderful. Okay. Meanwhile, this unit can, I guess, try to follow us, perhaps. But now we can head down to this tomb. We should be able to raid it without too much trouble. Ooh, and look at this. Okay, we're going to run into a problem here. We don't have any units that can tunnel. So that is a bit of a dead end for us. Okay, well, that's good to know. Let's enter this tomb. Okay, we've got another Unseeing Eye. I remember fighting one of those, I think, in the last episode. Azrak Revenant Rider. Okay, so a cavalry unit that has projectile resistance. This is actually going to be pretty tough. We've got 3 Tier 2 cavalries and this archer, not to mention the Unseeing Eye. So we're going to have to keep on our toes for this one, I think. We also aren't going to get any... Ooh, and there's a weaken. We're going to have to really be careful now. We aren't going to get any benefit of lifesteal, given that these are undead units that we're fighting. So realistically, yeah, Nomlik, we're going to probably just get the heck out of here for now. I think we'll just throw on a Bestow Iron Heart to the Charger just because they're a little bit hurt. Now, the Butcher is going to have to probably do a lot of the heavy lifting in this fight, I'm thinking. Groshak does have Magic Fist and Star Blades, which definitely could come in handy here. The Magic Fist in particular we could do to the Unseeing Eye and do some pretty good damage. I kind of like that, so I think we will retreat back with Groshak, just getting him out of any danger zone. Can blast the Unseeing Eye with a Magic Fist. Our Shaman can move back as well. Winter Weaver we can give a big buff with Awakened Spirit. There we go. And then our Butcher can move back as well. And then I think that's going to about do it for our turn. And we will let them come closer to us. Okay, there's those Black Bolts. Thankfully not hitting our unit that was afflicted with Weakened. So that could have been dangerous. Smart move from the AI there, using the cavalry to protect the archers and getting a little blast on us there. And we have to be careful. This Winter Weaver is not as tanky as you might kind of think. This is actually a much harder battle than it really appears. I think what I'm going to do is maybe do another blast to the Unseeing Eye with Magic Fist. Yeah, just weaken him a bit further. It would be great to just get the kill there. Now, the good news is we are pikemen fighting against the rider. And as cavalry, they are weak to our spears, thankfully, which is really, really good. The other thing is Nomlik using some of our magic here or our spirit damage would be very helpful, given that we're up against the undead. We also have fire with our shaman, which is also really good against the undead. Maybe we step up like this. Ooh, yeah. There we go. We can blast the Unseeing Eye for some really good damage. Oh, nice. And a critical. That should be... Oh, not quite the kill. I was really hoping that would get the finish. Yeah, I would hate to lose some of our units at this point. That would be a real shame. I think one thing I might do is go up with the Winter Weaver, go for the freeze. Okay, unsuccessful. We will send the Charger back in here. The Charger is the most expendable of my units, I think, at this point. So we will kill the Unseeing Eye, get a level up. Hopefully we don't lose the Charger. I think we may end up losing him, but we'll see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go park right here in front and sit in defense mode. Meanwhile, Nomlik, I think we can... Again, I have to be really careful. I don't want him getting into any bad situations, especially given that he is weakened. I just want to make sure we're not in range of attack. We are not, so I think we can blast here pretty safely. Now, I'm worried about that Charger. That's, yeah, and the Charger's going to get probably killed, like I said. Yeah, that was kind of my thought. Okay, not the end of the world, but not the most desirable outcome. Shaman here. Probably going to just do a heal, maybe. Yeah, I think I like that. We'll drop a heal onto the Winter Weaver. We really got to make sure we don't lose that Winter Weaver. Now, our heroes are going to have to step up and help out our Butcher a little bit. I think we'll go like this, and then give him a little bit of extra damage. Meanwhile, the Winter Weaver can attack the archers and do some heavy work there. I think what we'll do with Nomlik is we'll actually head over here and then try for the kill this way. Ooh, with that, yeah, I should have known. With that line of sight penalty, no luck. Unless we get a critical, which could happen, I suppose, but probably a little bit less likely. Thankfully, Nomlik is safe where he's currently standing, so... Oh, and I forgot about that. Jeez, that's gonna... We might lose another unit now. Dang it. Yep, I completely forgot about that. Okay, well, we'll have to bail out, try and bail our units out now. Let's see, we can go like this. There's a good kill. Butcher can move up a little bit. I think we'll have to try and use the Shaman to kill or to damage the Charger. Meanwhile, Nomlik, probably best to go after the Archer and get the kill that way. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the Shaman can at least do some fire. And of course, being Draconian, they still have some residual fire protection, which is not ideal. Go for a freeze, we will fail. But we should be okay now. I don't think they can kill my Butcher. Or my Shaman. They did do a lot of damage, though. That was not very pleasant. Don't really have any other healing capabilities, unfortunately. We could go for an Entangling Touch, however. Okay, that failed. And then Nomlik can go for the kill here. Alternatively, I suppose we could get the kill with Groshak. And you know what? Nomlik could do a Touch of Faith here just for a boost. There we go. And then, yeah, let's get the kill with Groshak. Excellent. Trying to just spread that experience around as much as we can. Yeah, it's a real shame losing that Charger, but thankfully everybody else made it through. And we got ourselves another melee item, this time giving +1 spirit damage and break body and soul. Melee and ranged attacks can inflict broken. Broken units suffer +20% spirit weakness. Well, this would be a good one to give to Nomlik because he does spirit damage, so that's exactly who we will give it to. Okay, so like I said, this is a dead end unless we get somebody who has tunneling, which is a bit of a shame we don't have that. Now, we'll have to either make a builder or get one of our goblin units over. Now, I wonder if we dug enough, if this connects over. That would be interesting to find out. But at the very least, I think this was still a really good development in terms of we made a lot of progress down here. So now, why don't we, because there's nothing else for us to do down here, and we can't do any digging at the moment. So let's just head back up to the surface then. And we will add in this apprentice into the stack. We'll head back up to the surface, and then we can explore perhaps a bit more this direction. And you know what? We could summon a wild animal here and do some scouting ahead of our stack just to find out what we're dealing with. Now, before I do that, though, I think it'd be better to at least kind of finish our movement over here. Just make sure we've done what we need. And once that's kind of taken care of, I think then we'll be in good shape. So let me just take a look here. Yeah, the Untouchable needs to go back underground because we have to use the Untouchable to dig. The only trick is we don't want the Untouchable going underground too soon and then getting killed by whatever's guarding the city. So we'll just have to be mindful of that. I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. And then if we send this, like I said, we're going to summon this wild animal over here. Okay, so it is a Arctic wolf. Now we can cruise along. Ooh, and look at that. Okay. I am going to head into, even if I lose the unit, I think it's worth finding out what's here. Oh, nice. We can embark. That would help us a little bit. Let's do that. Oh my gosh. Wow. So here's Shnaga. Yeah, we got to get our stack back up above ground ASAP. We've got... It's mostly just cannon fodder units. We've got tons of tier 1 units in these stacks. The good news is, as well, only 3 of these can join a battle at once, so if we were able to position our units appropriately, we might be able to win that fight relatively easily. It's just unfortunate we don't have more muscle kind of over here at the moment. But at least we know what's there now, and I will probably just start going with another wild animal. That's been really helpful, just to be able to see what we're dealing with. Oh, and that's right, this unit can swim, so it doesn't even have to embark, which is wonderful. Okay, production, we do have a little bit of gold to work with now, which is wonderful. I think we'll probably prioritize economic development rather than going for a ton of unit production, just because I really don't anticipate us being able to produce a whole bunch of units that are going to help. That being said, we don't want to neglect it entirely, but I think probably focusing on just kind of improving our cities from the economic standpoint would be desirable. So maybe a builder's hall wouldn't be a bad choice just to improve our production income. Let's see, Rabula. Right, this is our goblin town. Now this one I'm more inclined to maybe get a few more units able to be produced. The main reason being that some of these goblins are quite useful. I think I might even just make another untouchable because, again, they can do some digging for us. Also, getting a builder going would be great, and then we'd have the ability to make some forts if needed, but I think just getting an untouchable for now would be helpful. Now, this unit, I think we had gone out to grab some mana that was out here. So let's just head back to the throne just so we at least have somebody there. Meanwhile, this unit's going to stay put for now. You know, if Shnaga decided to attack, we can't defend, so that could go poorly for us. I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, we'll end the turn there. Let's see if Shnaga gets aggressive. I have a feeling Shnaga's going to play defensive, but we'll see. Interesting. Okay, Shnaga's leaving the city alone. And you know what? I didn't really check. I don't think this is her throne. No, it isn't. Okay, so her throne city may be further off this side or maybe underground somewhere else. Ooh, and there's a unit of Urlag. Orc heavy cavalry. Oh, my goodness. And there, speaking of Urlag, there he is himself directly. Holy, this could get really nasty really fast. Item has arrived. Okay, that cudgel for Groshak. That's wonderful. As I said, we got to get everybody up above ground here, so let's do that. And then we are going to probably have to just start moving over this way to at least kind of, I don't know, get ourselves into a better position, I guess. We've got 7 units, and they're decently strong, so it's not like we're, you know, completely, you know, in a bad spot. It's just that there's way more units here than we'd be able to deal with currently, especially if they group up together. Now, if we can optimize fighting against only 3 of these stacks at a time, then I think we really could have some success. Now, like, one thing I'm just looking at here, can we get over there? No, we don't have enough movement. Because I was going to say, if we could engage this battle now, I think it would just bring in these 2 units and we could whittle it down. But, yeah, we're going to have to be careful. Now, our Arctic Wolf, we could just retreat back to, you know, add it into our stack here. I do kind of want to keep eyes on what's going on, though, so I may just kind of go like this. Then at least I can still partially see what's happening. I can't see Urlag's units, mind you, but I can at least see kind of what's going on in Shnaga's city here. All right, well, we'll have to just keep our eyes on that because obviously that development could get kind of nasty. Now, back over here, thank goodness, we have lots we can do. So I think we will just send the whole group underground. Because, again, the objective here, and remember, we have this teleporter, although there's potential danger with it, so it might be good to get another scout to go down there and see what else is in that area. I think we'll just head up and see. Okay, so the city is not very well defended. The last couple turns, it looks like Shnaga's just been making these goblin swarm darters, and then has this butcher that we had damaged previously in a fight. So that should be relatively straightforward for us to deal with. I'm going to send this untouchable underground. I don't want to go any closer just because I don't want these units to step out and kill the untouchable, but one thing I guess we could do is do a bit of digging this way. We could connect over here and see what we find. Let's go back up to the surface. We will grab this other untouchable. Well, it'd be nice to get a fort up here, maybe. There's a gold mine. The quarry wouldn't really help, but the earth node and the gold mine wouldn't be bad. And then getting a vault of knowledge adds a ton of extra knowledge. Okay, so we're going to send this untouchable over here. Grab the haste berries. We will move over. Hey, whether we go underground and just do some digging, or whether we just add the untouchable into the stack and have another unit for fighting, that would also be very good. Let's see. In Rabula here, you know, again, we could just keep making some goblin units. That's not the worst idea ever. I mean, yes, they're mostly just sort of cannon fodder, but I don't hate the idea, to be perfectly honest. Now, the Grunt is a pikeman that can evolve, and I don't know exactly what it can evolve into, but that might not be the worst idea just to get... Oh, I guess it's an infantry unit. Excuse me. I thought it was a pikeman. Oh, well, look at this. Okay, it's an infantry that has polearm. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, very, very cool. So it's kind of a hybrid type unit. That's sort of a neat combo. Yeah, you know what? Let's make a grunt. They're super cheap, which is great. I don't know if we'll have enough of them to really make it meaningful, or to get them enough experience for it to be meaningful, I should say, but we can send this unit over just to hang out in the Throne City. For development of our Throne City, we don't have enough gold to really go too crazy. We could get an observatory going just to improve our knowledge income. That's not a terrible idea. I don't think this structure's been cleared out, so we won't get benefit from it. And expanding our domain isn't really going to help much for any other reason. But the extra knowledge wouldn't be bad. Great Temple just for mana. I mean, mana's pretty good right now, so I'm not too worried about that. Alternatively, we could just save the money for kind of our more frontline cities. I think we'll go for the observatory, though, just for the knowledge boost. And then these two, I don't think we need them underground, to be perfectly honest. So I'm going to have them head over this way. It's going to take a while to get there, but I'd rather get them over there to try and join in the fighting, I think. Because that's where things are going to get nasty. At least as far as I can tell. So, we could start inching our way over, but I think we'll just, like I said, we're going to wait. Let everybody kind of group up. This unit's going to stay put. And then that's going to do it for our turn, so we will end it there. I can see things getting kind of nasty for us, though, just because there's so many units. And we don't have enough muscle right now. I can see Urlag, or maybe that's... Oh, that's Shnaga. Both of them have the little quest icon over their head because we have to kill them. So, I can see there. I guess, yeah, Urlag's retreating. Shnaga has moved, it looks like, just maybe north of her city, so we'll have to be careful, like I said. And that's just a roaming unit. Not an aggressive one. It looks like it's just kind of neutral. Summon wild animals ready to go. We've got another grunt here to... Or a grunt to send over, so let's do that. Might as well just start getting units over there just to kind of have more... Even if they are just cannon fodder, I think it's probably worth having the units there. Okay, and then, like I said, we are just going to move everybody over as best we can. Now, what we can see here, the city is guarded by 9 units from what I can tell. We go up here, is it another one back there? It is, but if we engage this battle currently... It wouldn't pull in Shnaga or this other stack. It would just be these two that we'd be fighting. And that's perfectly okay with me. So why don't we do that? I think we can win this fight without too much trouble. Let's see if we engage it. Yeah, very likely victory. This shouldn't be... I mean, the biggest problem we're going to have is Shnaga's spell casting and just the sheer volume of units we have to deal with. I mean, we do have some healing and whatnot, but we don't really have good, like, melee tanks. We have... the Winter Weaver and the Butcher, and they're going to be what we have to rely on. And then we're going to have to use our ranged attacks to really try and soften up the rest. Now, the only problem with this battle is if we lose too many units, then we're going to get counterattacked by Shnaga and be in a really bad situation, which is not what we want. Now, one good thing about this is at least we have the wild animal. We can add one more unit to the squad after the battle's over, assuming we don't cast any spells directly with Reskar. But we'll have to see kind of what happens. So let's engage this fight. I still think this is a smart move. Although, again, Urlag could come in and attack us too, and then we'd be in a really bad spot. It would be great if we could kind of get them into a bit of a corridor or something where we can kind of funnel them into us where we're not... Yeah, okay, the poison blades, that's fine. I'm glad they're using it on a unit that doesn't really matter so much to me. Yeah, so if we can kind of funnel them in here maybe or something like that, just to make their numbers mean a little bit less. Didn't look that closely at what we've got. I mean, some of these are ranged units, and the Swarm Darters can really do a lot of damage. So, we've got a Goblin Darter. We've got a Swarm Darter. Skewer, Marauder. Untouchable has a ranged attack. And the rest are mostly... The Blight Doctor, we really got to watch out for that weakening. That could be devastating if it's applied inappropriately. When I say inappropriately, I mean inappropriately for me. The good news is I think we've got... Yeah, the Apprentice does have Dispel, and Steel Enchantment, which hopefully we can then take advantage of if needed. I'm going to move the Arctic Wolf up a little bit. And again, we're going to probably have to do spell casting with both Nomlik and Groshak. So I think what I will do is I will put the Touch of Faith maybe on the Butcher. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. And the Winter Weaver. I think we're just going to end it there. The good news is... Oh, and there's the Dispel. Okay, that's annoying. So yeah, the ranged attacks are the thing that I'm admittedly the most kind of concerned about at the moment, just because they're going to whittle us down. I mean, obviously, just the sheer bulk of units is going to be problematic. So we might be advantageous to just kind of get in there as quick as we can. Start whittling them down as much as we're able. At least we can blast the Swarm Dart. We can do some pretty decent damage there, and even though the setup is not optimal for the attacks, at least we're getting something out of it here. Put the Winter Weaver there. Move the Butcher up. I mean, we're basically just going to have to suck up that we're going to get hit here. So the one nice thing is that at least Shnaga using that Dispel kind of uses up more of her spell casting, which is wonderful. The Shaman can go up. And remember, the Shaman has healing, which is going to be absolutely critical for us in this fight, I think. Nomlik. Can we get a shot from there? We can. It's not a guaranteed kill, though, which is really too bad. I was hoping this would be a guaranteed finish. And since it's not, I'm less inclined to do it. I don't want Nomlik in any real danger. I guess he's not really. Let's just hope we get lucky. Oh, nice. We got a critical. That's perfect. Okay. Well, there's one ranged unit down. Oh, shoot. Okay, we don't want that on our heroes, because that's definitely... Ooh, and... Oh, that hurts. That's not ideal. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to heal up, or at least keep Groshak back. I think we'll probably have to use a heal on him. Just because we can't afford him to die, obviously. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move our Shaman over. Drop a big heal. Thankfully, heal does have a cooldown, so we can use it again, which is great. Swarm Darter, we got to really... Oh, yeah, critical. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And then we can follow up with Nomlik and get the kill that way. Excellent. There it is. We're just whittling down those ranged units, which is exactly what we need. And then it's just going to be these more melee-focused units that we should be pretty well equipped, I think, to handle. Or at least a little bit maybe better equipped to handle. Big thing we got to watch out for, though, is this weakening. That could really screw us up, especially given that it provides 60% blight weakness for 5 turns. So if it's used on my Butcher or my Winter Weaver, they will not be long for this world unless we dispel it. So that's the big thing we have to watch out for. I think what we'll do is we'll move our Butcher up slightly. Groshak is actually in decent health now, so I think we'd be fine to start softening him up just a little bit. Good level up for him as well. I'm happy to keep my Winter Weaver right there. I'm going to let them just keep moving in towards me here. That's totally fine with me. Yep, no problem at all. Again, they've kind of let me just whittle down these range units, which is perfect. I'm happy to do that. Untouchable, yeah, let's just keep blasting. No problem at all there. Same thing right here. Yep, perfect. Can Nomlik do the same? Absolutely. There's the kill. Look at that. Okay, the only range unit left now is the Blight Doctor, so I'm feeling a little better about this, I think. It's still, you know, it's still not an easy fight per se, but I think it's looking pretty optimistic for us at this point. I am going to do an Awakened Spirit on the Winter Weaver now that that's off cooldown. We will end it there and let them move in. The big trick, again, is just watching who this weaken gets applied to. Okay, and the Butcher. That's the one I was hoping it maybe wouldn't get applied to. But that's fine. We can dispel it. Or at least try to, anyway. One thing we can do is with Groshak, we can move back slightly, turn him, and then we can throw a Magic Fist onto the Blight Doctor, because I want that Blight Doctor dead. We could even send the Arctic Wolf in, although I don't want to lose the Arctic Wolf necessarily. One thing I'm probably going to do, though, is I'm going to steal the enchantment from the Butcher. That way, the Dispel may not work, right? So I'm going to do this as a guaranteed way to get rid of it. There it is. So, the Touch of Faith was stolen, and so was the Weaken, and that's totally fine. Now the Butcher is in much better condition to charge in there and do some work. So, that's what we really need at this point. You know, in a perfect world... Oh, and I didn't realize that skewer is still alive right there. Probably be good to just finish it off with a ranged attack. Let's do the shaman maybe to get the finish. Alternatively, I suppose we could just kill it with the... Target does have first strike, though, so we don't want that hitting us. So let's just get the kill that way. And then I think maybe what we will do is we will form a bit of a fighting line right here. Keep our butcher right there. I think Nomlik can just kind of fall back here like this. I don't think anyone... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're going to maybe even go back one more. Just to get Nomlik really out of the way as much as possible. Blast a bit more there. We'll put the Arctic Wolf in, and we'll let them do their thing. Now, our 2 units up front hopefully are going to be able to handle this. Yeah, there's the poison bolts. That's nothing. Had we had Weaken on us, that would have been awful. Spider doing a good job, tanking the damage, dishing out a lot in return. Good attacks of opportunity there, and look at that, getting the lifesteal bonus. Oh, that's incredible. Oh my god, that butcher just putting in work. You love to see it. All right, that's wonderful. Yeah, now we've really got a good handle on this fight, I think. Yeah, and Groshak can just get the kill easily. And then, you know what, Nomlik could do the exact same thing here. Actually, maybe our shaman will do it. Yeah, let's just have our shaman do it. And then, you know what, Nomlik can do a Bestow Iron Heart. Let's do it on the Winter Weaver. And then, you know what, we can head over here with the Winter Weaver just to cut off the Crusher so it can't really bother anybody else. And then we can just do some extra blasting over here. Nice, good critical hit. Oh, that's spectacular. Arctic Wolf's going to stay put. And that's pretty darn clean. The other thing we want to make sure we do is optimize our units' health at the end of this fight. We don't want our units too badly damaged because that could leave us vulnerable in the next fight. So Groshak is a little worse for wear. Winter Weaver's looking good. Butcher's a little bit beat up, so probably need to heal the Butcher, I'm thinking. So let's do that. Yeah, there we go. And then for heroes, Nomlik has leveled up once. So has Groshak. So between the two of them, if we can get the kill, that would be pretty ideal. There we go. Let's do a bit of work. Nice. Good kill from Nomlik. Nice and clean battle, honestly. I'm pretty darn happy with that. Plus, this Butcher is now gold medal. Apprentice is bronze medal. And the Winter Weaver is now silver medal. And we didn't lose anybody. I mean, that you almost couldn't really ask for a better outcome in that fight. We also have control of the city, which is wonderful. We will absorb it. Now, we could migrate it over to orcs, but that would make the goblins less happy with us, so I am just going to absorb it. And then we'll just have to kind of fight for it as we move forward here. So, one thing we can do, because right now, if we get into a fight, this apprentice won't get pulled in. I suppose we could retreat back, but I think it's probably better. You know what? Let's just keep it as it is. I think that's going to be fine. Excuse me. All right, so that's pretty darn good. The Untouchable, again, I was going to go underground, but I think I might just... You know what? No, I will still go underground here. Because I do want to see if we can dig our way to any cool new developments. Nice. Okay, good level ups here. Let's apply them. Now, I know that Nomlik... There's nothing I really want for him at this level up, so I'm probably going to just save it from when he hits level 7. Then we can get him Convert, which would be awesome. Maybe I'll just buy him some extra hit points. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we'll save up for Convert. Groshak now at level 3. He is not leading a stack, so I will probably just focus on his casting abilities. Harmonizing Energy is a nice one that provides a healing option, which is pretty good. Also, Sphere of Protection, pretty good. Protecting from physical damage, 80% for 2 turns. I might just give him more casting points, though. That's not a bad one. We could do that Magic Fist 3 different times if we really wanted. Yeah, I'm going to go for the sorcery upgrade. Because we already have sources of healing in this stack from multiple units, so I think we're okay there. Now, the wild animal. Do we maybe want to just add it in here to have more units to fight with? I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to think what else might be a good option for us. We've got these ones moving again to get over to kind of the front lines of battle. Let's head back underground here and see. Now we can step in. We should... Keyword is should be able to win that fight. I'm almost thinking maybe we turn around because we probably want to dig this way. Not really sure if there's going to be a lot of benefit in going over here. I mean, we can try, I guess, but it seems like the action is over in this direction, so don't really want to waste our time going straight this way if we're going to have units ready to kind of fight this direction. So I think I'm actually going to bring the Untouchable down and join in the fight here. Not to say I won't eventually explore over here, but for now, I just don't think that's going to be as helpful. So why don't we just engage this fight here with everybody? Yeah, there it is. So we can recapture this city from Shnaga, which is wonderful. Because once we've done that, we've kind of expelled her from this region a little bit. Given that the sort of above ground, those mountain ranges are providing a really strong kind of natural shield. Now, we have this dire crocodile that we were able to obtain, and we're going to have to try to level it up. It's a pretty solid tier 3 animal unit. Very nice to have. Reskar can do, speaking of, can do a Awaken on it. That'll be a good buff. And our Nomad Foot Lancer, that's a tier 2 pikeman. Sundrin, we can go for a charm in this fight and try to get some extra bodies for this, which would be great. Bodies on our side, I mean, for just having more troops is what I'm getting at. Okay. Gotta be careful. We got these packs of Swarm Darters here, and then, of course, we got the Butcher. Ideally, I'd like the Butcher. That's a tier 2 unit. Would be preferred over the Swarm Darters, but if I can get a Swarm Darter, I won't be upset either, so either way would be okay with me. We do have the capability of a healing with Nourishing Meal. We also have Sundrin, who can do 3 different spells of Quick Dash if needed. Not that I'm too worried about healing at this point, I just got to make sure we play this one relatively smart. As much as we can, of course. Blast that Swarm Darter. We'll head the Dire Crocodile over that way. And I think what we'll do then is the Foot Lancer can cruise up, as can our Spider Queen, and we will have Sundrin kind of sit in behind. And that should be good. We're going to take some punishment from the Swarm Darters, that's for sure. Yep. And that's totally fine. Okay, the Butcher's heading over that way, so we'll have to just be cautious. Again, I don't want my Crocodile getting too damaged up over here. We will buff the Crocodile just because we can. And then now we can, yeah, there we go. We can engage the Swarm Darter in melee combat, which is great. And then you know what? Sundrin can go like this and should be able to just finish them off. Yep. Wonderful. Now let's go for a web on this Butcher. Okay, no such luck, and that's fine. Now the Crocodile can step in and just blast that Swarm Darter for some huge damage, which is excellent. And this should be it. And I'm guessing the Butcher might kill itself here. Let's see. Okay, not quite. Boy, our Spider took a lot of damage, though. That's not really what we wanted. And we don't have any other good way to heal it at the moment, so without using Sundrin's spells, but we want to try a charm, so... Ah, there we go. At least we got the Butcher out of the deal. Not too bad. Can't complain about that at all. Right, wonderful. So now we can absorb the city, which, again, would have been nice if we had absorbed it from the original capture, but at least we got it back. And then I think what we'll do is we will send this unit over to start digging in here and see if we can find a way to connect over closer to the front lines of combat. And then this stack's just going to stay put for now, I think. Although, you know what, we could... Yeah, let's head over this way. I am going to do what was suggested, though, and I'm going to grab Reskar. And I just have to be careful. I mean, going by himself, I think it should be fine. We know there's nothing else really around. Reskar's just going to head up this way and reconnect with the other units up there. Meanwhile, Sundrin and her group are going to sit here and then do some exploration through the area that's going to be tunneled. Yeah, it's pretty solid. All right, I'm happy with that outcome. All right, well, why don't we just finish up our production, and I think this is a great place to end the episode. So it looks like Durgashan produced the Builder's Hall, so we'd have a choice there to make. Could do a Spearman just for more bodies. Again, gold is becoming a bit of a problem. We don't have much of it, and we don't have a lot of gold income coming in. We have quite a bit of upkeep as we've been acquiring units via mind control and befriending abilities and whatnot. So obviously that does get kind of expensive. Let's see what else we could do. You know, I don't hate that. Let's just get a Spearman. You know, just more bodies for these fights isn't bad. Nothing wrong with just having some tier 1 units. I like these grunts. They're super cheap. Let's just make a couple more of them. Why the heck not? And that's a great place to end it. And then it's just a matter of where we want to summon the wild animal. I'm thinking probably add it in here, but I will maybe leave that as a decision for next time. You know, if you have a comment where it might be beneficial to have this wild animal, whether adding it into the fight here, using it to scout maybe past the hero here, past Shnaga, to see if we can find her throne over here. Let me know what you guys think. So we will zoom out. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn good. I'm definitely happy with the progress we're making. And we are going to save it right here. Call this one episode 7. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.